High talent and unfortunate life. Shangguan Wan'er, a courtesan of Tang Emperor Li Xian. Shangguan Wan'er was the granddaughter of Li Xian, a famous courtier and poet of the Tang dynasty. She was the granddaughter of Shangguan Yi, a famous courtier and poet of the Tang dynasty. She was well versed in ancient and modern times, knew music and rhythm, and was good at poetry. In 664 AD, Shangguan Yi, a prime minister, was involved in the deposition of Empress Wu by Emperor Gaozong, causing great trouble. When Wu Zixan learned about this, Shangguan Yi was framed and sent to prison, where he died. The Shangguan family was also plagiarized, and his son Shangguan Wan'er's father, Shangguan Tingji, was executed. Shangguan Wan'er, who was only 1 year old, was sent to the palace with her mother, Zhengxi, and made an official enslaved person. Shangguan Wan'er was a beautiful, gifted and educated woman. At first, she was taught by her mother, Zheng. Later, with special permission, Wan'er could go to the Academy of Arts with the palace people, where she studied formally with the palace doctor of education and became the doctor's favorite student. Wan'er was proficient in scripture, history, calligraphy, arithmetic, poetry, court etiquette, and chess. When Shangguan Wan'er was 14 years old, she was already a young girl, beautiful and unforgettable, with superb literary talent, writing thousands of words without thinking, and thus became famous. When Empress Wu heard about this, she decided to summon her in person to test her talent. The first time she met with Empress Wu, Wan'er was calm and composed. Empress Wu ordered her to write, and Wan'er wrote in a single stroke. Empress Wu read it carefully and praised it, thinking that she was extraordinary. So she kept Wan'er by her side and instructed her carefully, allowing her to write and prepare imperial edicts and participate in the decision of political affairs. On one occasion, Empress Wu held a banquet to celebrate the flowers and asked her to compose poems with her ministers. And there were many ministers in the court, but in the end, they were less talented than Wan'er. Zheng was both happy and sad about her daughter's rise to greatness. While she was happy that Wan'er could honor her family, she was sad that a tiger would accompany her. As Empress Wu had taken the lives of her father-in-law and her husband, she usually regarded Empress Wu as her enemy, fearing that she would find a chance to retaliate and be killed. When Wan'er learned of her family history, she neither shed a tear nor said anything. When her mother wanted to talk about it, she was stopped by Wan'er, who whispered, "Don't talk about the past again. If others hear about it, things will be troublesome." It was as if she understood a lot of things at once. Although Empress Wu was an enemy, Wan'er admired her skill in handling affairs and her tireless energy. As time passed, Wan'er came to admire Empress Wu with all her heart and to long for her. As a result, Wan'er began to learn from Empress Wu's mannerisms, values, ways of thinking, and especially the governance of the emperor. In palace life, Wan'er was deeply impressed by the decisiveness of Empress Dowager and the internal deceit and rivalry, as seen in the sudden death of Prince Hong, the establishment of Prince Xian as the crown prince, and his subsequent abolition. At the beginning of 684 CE, Wu Zixan abolished Li Xian, king of Luling, and established Li Dan, king of Ruzong, and all military and political affairs were handled by Wu Zixan. In September that year, Xu Jingji, the secretary of Liu Zhou, raised an army in Yangzhou against Wu Zixan. Luo Bingwang, one of the 4 heroes of the early Tang dynasty, wrote a rant against Empress Dowager Wu Zixan. The diatribe of Xu Jingji against Wu Jian. When Luo Bingwang's diatribe reached the Empress Dowager, she asked Wan'er to read it. When she read, "The pseudo-Lin dynasty Wu clan, nature is not harmonious. The ground is cold emblem." Formally charged Chaizong Daochen, tasted to change clothes into the service, parked in the evening, dirty mess spring palace. Secretly hide the privacy of the former emperor, into backyard of the favorite. To add vipers for the heart, jackals into the wolves, close to apolitical. Mutilation of loyal and good people. Killing sister and slaughter brother, regicide hemlock mother. People and God's common disease, heaven and earth cannot be. When Queen Wu did not show a smile, Wan'er felt strange. She did not understand why Empress Wu laughed after seeing the article that cursed her. The Empress Dowager looked at the frothing Wan'er and ordered her to start reading aloud from the beginning for all to hear. Wan'er settled her nerves a little and continued to read. It is with anger at the wind and clouds, aspiring to secure the gods of the earth and grain. Because of the disappointment of the world and to comply with the center of the world, I have raised the flag of righteousness and sworn to clear the demons. A grasp of the soil is not yet dry refers to the burial of Emperor Gaozong not long. 6 feet of the offering refers to the Middle Kingdom in peace. Read this. The Empress Dowager stopped Wan'er read on, said, just those 2 sentences read again. Wan'er reread it. A grasp of the earth has not dried up, 6 feet of loneliness in. What kind of person made this diatribe? Empress Wu asked. Luo Binwang, the Prime Minister of Linhai, wrote it. Wan'er replied, wonderful sentence. Although the content is empty, full of attacks and abuse, it is a good article. The person who can write such a good article is not simply let such a talented person be exiled to the countryside, wild countryside. This is not the Prime Minister's sin, Empress Wu said. Wan'er read on. After reading, Wan'er was overwhelmed with emotion, sighing for Empress Dowager's city and elegance. Since they are long-lived through the sky, all the imperial edicts issued by Empress Wu were mostly from the hand of Wan'er. As Wan'er's power increased, Wan'er's boldness gradually grew. Wu Zixan was more indulgent in life. First, she favored Shui Huaiyi and later, Zhang Changzong. By 697 AD, Empress Wu had reached the age of 70. Since Empress Wu regarded Wan'er as her beloved, she did not keep her relationship with her favorite, Zhang Changzong, a secret. By this time, Wan'er was also 33 years old. Unknowingly, Wan'er and Changzong had developed feelings for each other. Soon, Wu Zixan became aware of Wan'er's affair with Changzong. One morning, Wan'er accompanied Empress Zixan to dinner as usual, with Zhang Yuji and Zhang Changzong present. Empress Wu suddenly pulled out a dagger and stabbed Wan'er's forehead. Wan'er covered her face with her hands and knelt in the corner. At this moment, Empress Wu did not say anything and left. After this incident, Wan'er was imprisoned in the women's cell of the yachting bureau. Zhang Changzong was the male favorite of Empress Wu. How could Wan'er get involved? Empress Wu could not make up her mind about what to do with Wan'er. It was a pity that she could not bear to kill her, but if she did not, she would not be able to quell her anger. After Zhang Changzong's repeated pleas, Emperor Zixan decided not to kill Wan'er but to replace her with an earning penalty to teach her a lesson. Shangguan Wan'er was pleasantly surprised when she was spared the death penalty. But how could she look at herself in the future with an ugly mark on her forehead? Wan'er persuaded a eunuch physician to give her a scarlet tattoo. From then on, a vermilion plum blossom appeared in the center of Wan'er's forehead. When Shangguan Wan'er returned to work with the emperor as before, everyone who saw her felt that Wan'er exuded an even more unique and mysterious charm. From then on, she never dined with Empress Zixan again, and Empress Wu was not as fond of her as she had been. In 705 AD, Chancellor Zhang Hanji and others staged a coup d'etat, killing the 2 Zhangs, Zhang Yuji and Zhang Changzong, forcing Wu Zixan to abdicate, honoring her as the emperor and restoring the state to the Tang dynasty, and restoring the crown prince Li Xian to the throne as Emperor Zhongsang. Wan'er soon gained the favor of the emperor. As it turned out, the emperor and Wan'er had known each other for a long time. After Zhongsang was reinstated as the crown prince, Empress Wu married Princess An, the 7th daughter of Zhongsang, to Chengsheng, the son of Wu Sanxi. When Princess An and Chengsheng got married, all the nobles and celebrities went to congratulate them. Shangguan Wan'er also went with her. Li Xian, still a prince then, saw Wan'er's beautiful face at the banquet and fell in love with her. After the restoration of Emperor Zhongsang, he asked Wan'er to work as a secretary for the new emperor, specializing in producing edicts, writing, and transmitting orders to the Ministry of the People's Republic of China. Soon afterwards, he named her Jieyu. At this time, Wan'er was already 42 years old. She soon formed a new center of power with Empress Wei and Wu Sanxi, who wanted to emulate Wu Zixan's autocratic rule. The growing power of Empress Wei and Wu Sanxi soon came into conflict with the Crown Prince Li Chongjun. As Chongjun was not the natural son of Empress Wei was deeply disturbed by the fact that Chongjun had been made the Crown Prince and thus wanted to abolish him. Li Chongjun knew that Empress Wei and Wu Sensi wanted to abolish him. Still, he realized that most of the civil and military ministers in the court were Wu's clique members, and only Wei Yuanzhang and Li Duozhuo were more upright, so he discussed the coup plan with them. In the summer of 707 AD, Li Duozhuo, together with Li Xikong and Li Qingzheng, led 300 feathered soldiers to kill Wu Sansi's residence with Prince Chongjun, killing Wu's father and son, as well as his whole family, including men, women, and children. At this time, Xiongsun and Wei's Wan'er and an Eli princess and other night banquets had just finished. Suddenly, the right Phelan General Yu Yingren staggered in and reported that the prince plotted against had led the troops into the Sujianmen. Wan'er, quite opinionated, offered, "Xuanwoman building strong can be defended. Please the Emperor Queen quickly to climb the building. One can temporarily avoid the ferocious front. The second can be overlooked to declare an urgent imperial edict." So the people flocked to each other on the Xuanwoman building. At this time, Duozhuo has led the troops to attack. Duozhuo requests that they remove Sansi's party from the palace and immediately retreat. Duo Zhuo also demanded that Shangguan Wan'er, who had seduced Sansi, be disposed of. At that moment, Wan'er fell and said, "I did not seduce Sansi. Please be clear about it. I do not mind dying, but I am afraid that the rebels will capture Wan'er first, then the Empress, and finally, Your Majesty." Zhongsang looked at Wan'er, who was crying into tears. His heart was sore and said, "I am in the palace. Can't I see or hear anything? How can I bear to hand you over to the rebels? Stand up and discuss how to fight the enemy." Perhaps it was the lousy fate of Chongjun. Soon after Zongchuk's guards arrived, most of Chongjun's army was killed, and Chongjun was also stabbed to death. During the rebellion of Chongjun, Shangguan Wan'er was more highly utilized because of her success in repelling the thieves. In 710 AD, Empress Wei conspired with Princess Anne, who wanted to be the Empress' daughter, to poison Emperor Zhongsang. Empress Wei finally got what she wanted and assumed control of the court, thus giving Empress Wei a monopoly on power. Wei's return to power aroused the anger of many people and created a lot of anti-Wei forces, which gradually gathered around Li Longji, the third son of Li Dan, the king of Xiang, who was the king of Linzi. In 710 AD, Li Longji sent his troops to surround the hall of Taiji on the night of June 20th, and killed Queen Wei and Princess Anne, who the gods had angered. When Li Longji's army entered the palace, Wan'er led the palace staff and came out to meet them calmly with a candle in her hand. When she saw Liu Yuqi, she took out from her sleeve the draft of the previous day and handed it to Yuqi, stating that she was on the side of Li Tang's royal family, and asked Yuqi to tell Longji that she would be spared from death. Liu Yuqi was touched by Wan'er's delicate throat and sweet words, her calm and composed demeanor, and her pitiful appearance, and he agreed to Wan'er's request with his mouth complete. At that time, Li Longji just led the troops to come, heard Liu Yuqi's report, and did not move. He determined that Wan'er was confused palace accomplices. Although she is a talented woman, it's an unforgivable sin. Not kill today. I fear that regret is too late. Then he ordered to kill Wan'er. When Wan'er was 46 years old, a generation of outstanding talent Shangguan Wan'er ended her life in this way. Although Shangguan Wan'er was killed because she was subordinate to Princess Anne, her talent has been passed down. Emperor Xuanzang Li Longji ordered the collection of her poems and writings in the early years of the reign of Emperor Kai Yuan, and compiled them into the 20 volumes of Shangguan Jiaoyijie. Still, unfortunately, this collection has been lost, and only part of it has been passed down, and only 32 poems by Shangguan Wan'er are collected in the All Tang Dynasty poetry.